Hello, everyone. Yay. I'm so excited to see you. Welcome. Welcome to eBay's last seller check-in for 2024. We are all so excited to kick off this wonderful season with all of you. And thank you so much for being here with us today. Please tell us in the chat, where are you joining us from? Let's see, who do we see here? I see Florida, I see Central California, I see, oh, all right, I see Georgia, I see Phoenix. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so happy to, oh, I see some familiar faces. I see some new faces. Well, for those of you who have never met me before, I'm Rebecca Michaels, and I lead the U.S. Seller Community and Engagement Team. Now, my team is responsible for connecting sellers like you across all sorts of key channels, including the seller community forums, seller events like these, the eBay social channels, and one of my personal favorites, local in-person seller meetings hosted by sellers for sellers. Now, before we begin, I want to quickly explain some of the features on this platform where we're hosting this event. Please use the chat and Q&A functions on the right-hand side of the screen. Chat is where I just asked you to tell us where you're dialing in from, and that's where you can comment and get to know other sellers and chit-chat. And then Q&A is for the questions that you have for the eBay teams who are on hand to answer in real time. Once a question is answered, you'll find the response directly underneath that question that you asked. If you would like to turn on captions for the event and follow along that way, you can do so simply by clicking the caption button on the right-hand menu near the chat and Q&A buttons. And captions will show up within this portion of the screen. And with that, let's jump into the agenda for today. I'll begin by showing a quick recap about eBay Open, for those of you who may have missed it or maybe just want a little refresher. And then I'm going to hand it over to Dawn Block, our VP and GM of the US Markets and Global Selling. And she's going to talk about some of the exciting updates to our business. A few of our experts will then come and give us some quick updates on key areas of the business, starting off with Brandy Urema, who's going to discuss holiday consumer research and some tips to make the most out of your ads during this season. And then Stuart Reichenbach is going to follow up with discuss everything shipping. I know shipping is top of mind for everyone right now, and so we're going to hear all about that. And then Al Muthuraman is going to go into some updates all about UPI, unpaid items. And then Avinash Madhavan and David Bernstein are going to come and talk about sale velocity tools and updates to Seller Hub. And then Vidya Balasubramanian is going to close out with updates to the new way to easily create multiple listings from photos. It's a really cool new tool. You won't want to miss that. And then after all of those updates, we're going to have a seller interview from one of this year's Up and Running grantees. Really cool. I can't wait to watch that. And then finally, we're going to close out the main segment with a fun game where you can win some prizes. We love prizes. Yay. And then after that, we'll have a little break. And then we'll go to live breakout rooms where you can go deeper on many of the topics that I've mentioned today. And we'll encourage everybody to hop around freely between those all the way until the end. Now, we understand you guys are really busy this time of year. And with all of these exciting updates that we have for you today, unlike most other events, we're not going to be having networking sessions. Usually we have networking sessions after all of the content where you can meet sellers from your local area or talk about some topic that's, near and dear to you. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to let you get back to packing and shipping and everything that is keeping you so busy right now. And then as a final reminder, if you want to rewatch one of the presentations from here on the main stage, everything's going to be on our eBay YouTube channel in a couple of days. So with that, I hope that you guys are ready to relive all of the fun that we had at this year's eBay Open. Let's roll the video.
Success happens together. We only win when you do.
The place to be is here.
The biggest seller event of the year.
We are constantly testing, learning, and iterating.
Our focus is to provide you with the simplest way to run your businesses.
We've been exploring many ways to utilize AI to bring fun and exciting shopping to our platform.
We're driving more loyalty with our existing buyers by creating amazingly relevant and personalized experiences.
So you can focus on what matters most to you, growing your business.
Thank you for joining us at eBay Open 2024.
Today, I will show how you can buy inventory anywhere, anytime for your reselling business with online sourcing.
I was attracted to the eBay community by seeing success stories and tips that people were sharing online. The community aspect of it really built everybody up, and it just seemed like something fun to be a part of.
Recognize the hard work that you do, and in fact,
I am so excited to share with you.
Have been selected.
You have in fact been selected.
I get to tell you that you won one of our up and running grants.
I've never had such a big thing happen to me in my life.
Oh my God.
No!
Thank you for being a part of the eBay community. Thank you for joining us at eBay Open.
Thank you so much for attending eBay Open 2024 and spending the time to join me on this presentation.
Oh, we had such a great time at eBay Open this year. Oh, wow. What a wonderful year it was. And, looking back at eBay Open and really the whole year, I want to give a great big thank you, a huge thank you to our entire seller community for the 2-day celebration at eBay Open and an amazing year overall. Thank you from all of us here at eBay to all of you. I'd love to hear, put something in the chat, something that inspired you or that you learned at eBay Open this year, or really any time across the year. Let us know in the chat. Now, this year before Open, we had 35 kickoff parties hosted by sellers like you all across the country. Over 1,000 people attended those kickoff parties. Another shout out in the chat while we're doing it. Shout out to all those amazing sellers, and let us know, did anyone here actually attend or maybe even host one of those kickoff parties? I think I saw a couple of you out there, so hello to you. And over the 2 days of the virtual event, we had 10,000 sellers attend the keynotes led by eBay leaders. We saw some clips of those, the sessions held by eBay experts, networking rooms, and also the learning sessions hosted by your fellow sellers. And I'm also excited to say that we did our very first eBay Open live auction, and I won a sweater. I was very excited about that. And in those exciting 20 minutes, we raised $4,000, all for charity. So thank you for everyone who participated in that. And then if you missed any of our great sessions, or if you want to confirm that, yes, indeed, we will be live in honor of our 30th anniversary for Open 2025 in person, along with the virtual event that you have already known to love and expect. More details will come about that next year, and you can find all of the recordings from eBay Open 2024 on our eBay YouTube channel. So be sure to follow our Instagram account at eBay for Sellers to keep up to date on where eBay Open 2025 will be and all the other updates. More on that to come next year. And now I'm going to pass things over to Dawn to talk a little bit about some of the exciting updates we have made to improve your selling experience. All right, Dawn, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. And I agree. What an amazing event it was in 2024. So I just want to start by saying it was such a great time, and we can't wait to be in person next year as well for eBay Open 2025. But today, I'm here to share a few updates about our business and brand, plus a few fun things that we've been up to lately. First, some highlights from our recent business results. And here's what sellers should know. We had a really strong quarter in our collectibles business, especially in trading cards. So shout out to any trading card sellers in the audience today. We are also seeing encouraging results from our AI magical listing tool. So far, 10 million sellers have used the new tools to create over 100 million listings. And we're seeing higher customer satisfaction ratings on listings created by AI. These are all awesome results and proof AI at eBay is not a far off or future technology. These are real and tangible results today. And lastly, we've got new payment features and seller financial services. eBay Seller Capital is a fast, convenient, and transparent way to access the funds you need to grow your business. We've recently expanded business cash advance and flexible cash advance programs with nearly $150 million in gross capital delivered to sellers so far. Overall, it was a very positive quarter where we delivered strong results and grew the business for a second quarter in a row. These results wouldn't be possible without sellers like you. So thank you for everything you've done to contribute to eBay's continued growth. And now just a few fun things. We're not just here to talk about numbers. We've had a lot of fun this fall connecting with enthusiast customers around the US. In October, we took over New York Comic-Con with a huge booth and an eBay live stage that featured the coolest collectibles across trading cards and comics and toys and coins even. That same week, we were at the Formula One US Grand Prix in Austin with the McLaren F1 racing team. And then car lovers were lining up to see the bright orange 73 Barracuda we custom built for McLaren's top driver, Lando Norris, using all eBay sourced products. And in the fashion world, we continue to partner with trendsetters and style icons like Margarita Missoni for our From the Collection auction series coming up later this month. And then we've got collectibles, motors, P&A, and fashion. We're seeing that people's passion for these things they love, whether it's comic book collecting or F1 racing, it's translating into authentic enthusiasm for eBay's marketplace. So while we continue across the category by category level, we've also been making bold moves to modernize our brand at the global level. This fall, we introduced a brand new platform and tagline, Things People Love. It encompasses what eBay is here for. Things, the countless items you can find only on eBay. People, the community of enthusiasts connecting on our platform, including amazing sellers like you. And love, our understanding that passions come in all shapes and sizes, that eBay is here for everyone. Let's check out the campaign.
Bus and the trailer at my house. I'll show you the ropes, could show you the ropes.
Okay, eBay.
You got to set them up,
Thanks. eBay is home to all kinds of things, all kinds of people, all kinds of love. Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Oh, so fun. And I love that soundtrack. I always get a little bit stuck sort of humming there. Things People Love is our global brand campaign in nearly a decade. It's our first one. And we're tapping into a cast of trusted influencers, athletes, celebs, all to spread the word. The campaign debuted with a TV spot during the World Series. And we have much more to come across TV, streaming, podcasts, ads, digital, social media, and more, everywhere you'd hope and expect to see it. I hope you're as proud as we are to see the eBay name and brand show up in the new campaign. It's perfect timing too, because I don't need to tell anyone here, the holidays are here, right? I know that sellers like you have been preparing for months and that you're in the thick of it now. But the busiest shopping days are still ahead of us, which means there's still plenty of opportunity for sellers like you to make sales and deliver exactly what buyers are looking for. So coming up in a bit, we'll get an update from Stuart on the latest things you need to know about shipping. And after the meeting program, we'll have a few breakout sessions where you can get hands-on help on topics like ads, the magical listing, bulk listing tools, and things that'll help you make the most out of this holiday season. So hang in there. Thank you for everything you're doing for our buyers during this hectic time. And really, thank you for selling on eBay. Now it's time for those lightning rounds that Rebecca talked about, where our teams are going to share new ways we are innovating to streamline selling across this holiday season. You can also catch up with these speakers in the breakout sessions that Rebecca talked about, where you can dive deeper into each topic. So I think first up, we've got Brandy from the ads team. I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thanks so much, Dawn. Hello, sellers. My name is Brandy Arima, Head of Global Marketing for eBay Advertising. I'm really excited to be here today to share highlights of our 5th annual eBay Advertising Holiday Research Study to help you navigate the rest of the season and drive sales. So a bit of background before we jump in for those not familiar. Each year, we survey general online shoppers and eBay shoppers to uncover fresh insights on consumer sentiment around the season. Our goal is to really get inside the mindset of the holiday shopper and help sellers like you with critical planning, whether it be inventory, shipping, or your advertising strategy. So we ask sellers important questions like, when do they plan on starting? How much do they anticipate spending? And the influence of advertising. And we've gathered it all together in a great infographic available on our website at ebayadvertising.com. You'll notice on your screen there's a QR code. So while I'll kind of cover some of the highlights, I do encourage you to jump in to have a look at the full results. So let's get started. As we're all aware, historically, on holiday shopping, specifically Black Friday and other seasonal deals have been tied closely to brick and mortar. However, we've seen monumental shifts to e-commerce and the utilization of marketplaces like eBay over the past few years to find that perfect fit. Over 65% of shoppers said they plan to do most of their holiday shopping online this year. In particular, younger demographics like millennials feel having a one-stop shop is extremely critical to the season. And we're not surprised to see a majority of shoppers said that they tend to browse marketplaces first. We know that marketplaces like eBay can help buyers shop for everyone on their list, finding things people love at a great value. And many buyers are just getting started. Close to 50% said they plan to start their holiday shopping in November and December. Really, we're just kicking off the holiday sweet spot. Raise your hand if this represents you too. I, for one, am guilty. There's still plenty of time left in the season to turn shoppers into your buyers. Next slide, please. While buyers said they are planning to spend more, they also expect more for their money. While they're conscious about their holiday budgets, many shoppers are planning to maintain or increase their spend on gifts in particular this season. 37% in particular plan to spend more. So what are they expecting? You can see here from the top considerations of holiday shoppers this season. Think about how many boxes your listings check. While value for money took the top box, not all value is created equal. Not all shoppers will prioritize value in the same way. Over 61% of shoppers aged 45 and above ranked price and value among their top 5. We did see that almost drop by 20% with Gen Z, which means they might be willing to spend a little bit more for the right items. Free shipping has become increasingly important for shoppers. Stu will be coming up next to share a little bit more. And we've seen that go up almost 10 points year over year. So while, again, value is critical, buyers like Gen Z might be willing to spend a little bit more if free shipping is included. So really think about that. Finding that sweet spot between right price and listing visibility could be the difference between making the sale this season. Next slide, please. The impact of advertising during the holiday season is greater than you might think. Almost 1 in 3 shoppers said they are most likely to click on and buy from an ad on a marketplace. Buyers are influenced by advertising, and 67% are going into the holiday season open-minded. They said that advertisements help spark discovery and help them figure out that right item to buy. Next slide, please. The holidays prompt high demand for gift giving, and it's important that your listings are visible to shoppers looking for items like yours. eBay offers a suite of advertising solutions to help meet the needs of sellers of all sizes and expertise. Here's a side-by-side of the ad types available to you. Jacob Hunter will do a deep dive in the advertising breakout a little bit later. He'll share tips on how to stay competitive this season and provide ad type recommendations based on your business goals. The great thing about advertising on eBay is that there's something for sellers of all sizes and expertise to get that visibility and drive sales during this critical season. While advertising is certainly optional and might not make sense for all business goals, we do encourage sellers to test ad types to determine what that right fit might be. So that's it for me. I encourage you to visit ebayadvertising.com to view the complete results of the study and other resources to help you navigate the holiday season. Next up, I'd like to welcome Stu from the shipping team to the check-in stage.
Thank you. And hello, everyone. I'm Stu Reichenbach. It's great to be back with you as always. First, a huge thank you for being incredible sellers on eBay and for all you do. And as I always do, a special thank you for all you do in the complicated world of shipping. Yes, it's complicated, and it's also an incredibly important part of the overall experience for your buyer. So a huge thank you for all you do in this space. With that said, let's use a little bit of our time today and talk for just a few minutes about shipping plans for holiday. We always get even more attention during the holiday season, and probably rightfully so. If we look back over the last 5 or 10 years, the notion of peak season shipping really started to take form. And there were certainly a few years there where there were real challenges as the industry worked through the new norms of e-commerce peak season. I think the good news, though, is in the last couple of years, for a variety of reasons, we've seen far greater preparedness and stability during the holiday season. Sure, there can still be some delays and maybe some congestion when dropping off packages, but overall, the industry has been prepared without real significant delays. And as we head into holiday 2024, while we're not letting our guard down at all, we see a similar pattern of carriers and networks getting very prepared and forecasts for the industry overall that seem manageable. As I said, we're not letting our guard down. We're doing everything that we've done in previous years and even more. So let me talk a little bit about some of the ways we're executing our holiday playbook and the help that we need really from you as we work together to deliver a wonderful holiday experience for your buyers. First off, we do go into extensive discussions with our carriers, partners preparing for the next 6 weeks. We do this during the year, but take an even greater amount of time working very closely with them almost daily as we head into holiday. We work internally, incorporating a lot of that data into our estimated delivery date planning and get ready for possible actions that we might need to take if there are unforeseen events in the network that do cause slowdown and congestion. And finally, we're getting our communication channels open and ready so that we can clearly communicate with you as needed during the season. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of these key areas. First, in the area of pricing. We don't expect to see any changes in carrier pricing from any of the carriers from where we are today. Please remember, a lot of the general rate increases, holiday peak season surcharges, and things like this that you might hear from a general industry standpoint often don't apply on the eBay Labels platform. So today, please carefully check the rates that you see on the platform and ensure that you are optimizing your choice for your business and buyer. Just a reminder, our eBay Labels platform does offer low price carrier shipping options every day of the year, and that's no different as we head into holiday. In fact, we work even closely with our carrier partners during this time to bring these great shipping options to you. And remember, there's no capacity constraints or limits on the number of labels you can purchase when buying your labels on the eBay platform. So if you're not, please take a look at the platform today. Next, this area of estimated delivery dates. We all know how important this area is, and I want to stress again the incredible amount of time, effort, and great tools we use to get this right. We have a dedicated team focusing on this during the year and with even more focused attention during the holiday. Over the next 6 weeks, we will be looking at estimated delivery dates daily, speaking with our carrier partners regularly, and we will adjust estimated delivery dates based on zip code pairs to ensure the highest level of accuracy possible for your buyers. We want to stress, I think as we do every year, that you should not try to adjust for market conditions that you might be hearing about. That's our job. If you do anything different, it's going to backfire. So please set your handle time, adhere to that handle time, and use the carrier and service you stated. Let us do the rest. And that really is the absolute best partnership we can have for your buyers throughout the year and really during this holiday season. Finally, a couple of things. Remember, in the event of weather or other similar events, we'll be making necessary adjustments. And as we always do, putting seller protections in place to protect you. Finally, we will be communicating with you over the next 6 weeks as appropriate with any changes in the networks, updates to things that are taking place, or recommendations. And if you see anything happening in your area in particular, please reach out directly to us as well. Thank you guys again for all you do. Wishing everyone a successful and joyful holiday season. And with that, I'll hand it over to Al, who's going to talk a little bit on UPIs. Thank you.
Thanks, Stu, for the intro. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about unpaid items here. So we'll go over some of the updates we've made in the current year, and then we'll kick over to next year. So over the last year, let's go to the next slide, please. Over the last year, we've made a couple changes specifically to the offers platform as well as auctions. You see a couple of screenshots here of those new experiences. What you'll notice is now your buyers have to provide a payment details that will then be used during their offer or bid. And then when they win the auction or when the offer is accepted, we will actually use that payment details to auto process the order. So these are a couple of the big changes that we made so far in this year. And now let's go over some of the upcoming changes we have. And these are, again, very specific because now we've made the changes for both when the buyer sends you an offer or when you send an offer to the buyer, we will actually have these payment details required. So the items are no longer reserved for the buyers. They will have to make the payment in order to win the item. So now we also are going to be making changes and starting a test where buyers can now combine multiple items into one order to take advantage of those shipping discounts during a 7-day shopping window. So the demo's upcoming next. We're going to take a look at that up shortly. After the demo, we're going to kick over to Avinash, who's going to talk about some of the seller tools that are upcoming. So let's roll the demo.
Hi, and welcome to our demo of the new combined shipping experience from a buyer and seller perspective as we look to reduce unpaid items. We will be walking through both the buyer side and the seller side as our buyer purchases multiple Pokemon cards from our seller. So as we walk through this, I hope you enjoy our demo. We'll start with the first thing I look at this Blastoise card is I see a new icon on view item that says save with combined shipping. I interact with that and notice that it says that this seller offers combined shipping and that there's more information on what to do to be able to get it. I decide to place a bid. I've been taken to our bid layer specifically, and then I get prompted to update when and how I'd like to pay and my shipping address. This icon on the top right, which we will be calling payment preferences, pulls up this page where you can actually prompt you to enter your credit card or change your card information, ship to address, and then when you want to get charged and why. You will see specifically that you can actually not bid on an item at eBay now without entering this information. But I see there's this new thing called timing. I can either shop more and ship together, or I can change that and shop and ship separately. The shop and ship separately selection allows the payment to automatically process 1 hour after the auction ends. But if I choose shop more and ship together, it actually says save with combined shipping when available. And I get up to 7 days to shop with this seller before my payment automatically processes. I decide I would love this. I'm interested in multiple items from this seller at the moment. I confirm it, and then I place my bid, and I move on. At this moment, I'm the highest bidder, and we actually call out if you'll win, we'll add this item to your cart. You'll have up to 7 days to shop more. I end up winning, and I review the item in my on view item specifically. When I land back on view item, you see now that instead of having the payment processes in 1 hour, we're actually promoting this buyer to shop with this seller until this date, 7 days later, August 8th. I could go to my cart and check out early right now if I'm done shopping, or I could actually shop more with this seller. This would pull up your seller storefront. I decided to go to my cart and check it out in this moment though, and I see that my payment will process at 7 p.m. on August 8th. Really important call out here. One thing we are doing is we are setting a specific time in this shop more ship together combined shipping window that all of the items will be processed. So from a seller perspective, all of your combined shipping buyers will have their items processed at 7 p.m. 7 days later. So that's actually going to be localized to the buyer, but it would be 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. Pacific. Let's see the seller view now. The seller sees the order in their seller hub. They see that the auto pay is actually set for 6 p.m. PST, August 8th. And they actually see that the buyer wants to shop more. They may check out early. This actually now gives you an indication specifically of how long your buyer is shopping till, and you could promote by sending them a coupon to shop more with you. You could message them and say, hey, I see that you want to shop more with me. Here's other items that are eligible. But now you have predictability on when they will be charged and how long until they will be charged. So you have confidence in reducing those unpaid items while still promoting more shopping from your store. The buyer shops for a second auction item from the seller. We'll go through this quickly. They decide to place a bid. It's also eligible. We decide to pay another 13 as my max bid. I end up winning the item for 11. I'm the highest bidder. And you'll see at this moment, we actually call out exactly how long you have to shop to. That 7-day window starts from the first win. Every other item you win in that window is happening during that time. So if I won this item later, let's say it's now August 5th, I still only have till August 8th. So it's not a rolling 7-day window. It's a fixed 7-day window from that first win. They win their second item. They review it in the cart. So I go to my cart. And in this moment, I see on native that I can actually request a combined shipping discount since I have 2 items that are eligible. However, I decide to wait. So the seller sees both orders in Seller Hub the following morning. You see both orders. You decide, hey, I want to actually send them an invoice for these together because they're eligible for combined shipping. And then I prepare the invoice and send the invoice. At this moment, you'll see them actually combined and exactly when you can expect payment by and when you sent your invoice. So now we're calling out specifically, you sent your invoice on August 2nd, and to redeem any discounts, the buyer must pay by 6 p.m. August 8th. At the worst case, they'll be auto charged in this scenario. The buyer receives an invoice. You'll see the new invoice template for clear call out from the items, and they can review and pay. However, the buyer decides to shop more. They win 2 more auctions, review in their cart, and then they request combined shipping. So you'll see that these are actually grouped together since the invoice was sent. And these 2 new items that I just won are in my cart. I request combined shipping. I show the items I've committed to buy, and I, as a buyer, send my request over to the seller. At this moment, we call out to the buyer that combined shipping has been requested. The seller received an invoice request from the buyer. They actually go ahead and prepare the invoice. And then we actually see that we land them back on Seller Hub where they can prepare the invoice and send the invoice. The invoice is on its way. Now all the items are grouped again. The buyer receives the updated invoice and in this moment decides to review and pay, confirmation with discounts applied, and then check out. If they forgot to pay, we would auto charge them for that invoice if it's all auction items together with discounts applied.
Thanks so much, Avi. My name is David Bernstein, product manager in the seller experience team working on Seller Hub. I'm very happy to join you all today and tell you about all the great improvements we've been making to Seller Hub. So this is going to be kind of like a click-through demo. These are screenshots, but I'm going to kind of go through as if I'm navigating through the site. So let me start with Seller Hub overview. If you are a new seller and you just registered as a business seller on eBay, the overview page now provides a simple, guided, and personalized experience to help you get set up to sell and become successful starting to sell. So let's move on now to the account of a more experienced and tenured seller. We've made several improvements to the orders experience. So besides all the great improvements you were hearing about from Al, I'll highlight a couple of other of these improvements. First, to ensure you pick and ship the right item, you can now click on a photo. And this will bring up a modal here that shows you large size photos and item specifics without leaving the page. So you can make sure that you pick and pack the right item. And to help you better understand your buyer and provide the best customer service, you can now click on the buyer username. So if you see there right under Chris Powers, if I click on that buyer username, I can now see that buyer's previous orders. Go to the next slide, please. So I can now see that buyer's previous orders, how many items they've purchased from me, the total sales. I can contact that buyer, send them a coupon, and more. So without leaving the page, you get all this great information about your buyer. Okay, onto the active listings page. Here you can now see personalized recommendations to help you improve the sell-through of your listings, such as reducing handling time on listings that you're handling faster than you were already specified in the listing, or sending offers. We will recommend these actions to you based on your particular listings. And you get a more streamlined and powerful way to search and filter through your listings. So a lot easier to find listings that you want to take action on. Okay, over to marketing, the marketing tab. Here we've launched a brand new summary page. For those of you new to marketing, you'll get personalized information about the various tools, such as sending offers, creating sale events, reducing handling time, and all other things like coupons and discounts. And for experienced marketers, your page will look more like this, where you'll see your latest activities. You can see the activity tracker where you can see your active, scheduled, ended campaigns, and you'll see key metrics that help you understand the performance of your marketing discount campaigns. Okay, now on to advertising. So previously this was under the marketing tab in Seller Hub. Advertising is now front and center with its own tab in Seller Hub. And there's newly designed summary and campaign management pages that provide actionable metrics and even ready to launch campaigns and customize insights. So if you go to the next slide, this is what it looks like a little further down on the page. You get your overview of your different campaigns. And the next slide is a little further down on that page. This is where you can get all sorts of insights to help you learn how to use the great advertising tools at your disposal. Okay, moving on, the last update I'll mention has recently launched and is ramping up to sellers, so most of you should start seeing this soon. It's a freshly designed traffic page under the Performance tab in Seller Hub. It features an improved graph for listing impressions and views, and it provides more details on organic versus ads-related traffic. You even can see external impressions from your off-site ads. And besides all of this great data, the page, similar to the others, are providing you with personalized growth opportunities to help you keep driving your sales, improve your sales conversion rate, grow visits to your listings. So all of these tools here help you improve the performance of your specific listings. With that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Vidya, who's going to talk to you about something magical.
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. I'm Vidya. I'm the product manager for Bulk Magical Listing Tool, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Our Bulk Magical Listing Tool is designed to help you create multiple high-quality listings from the photos of your items. This AI-powered tool scans your images and suggests categories, titles, and item specifics, thus reducing the time spent listing and helping you create your inventory in front of the eBay buyers faster. I'm excited to announce that this tool is available for all US Seller Hub sellers to list in the sports trading cards category. This month, it is being expanded to additional categories, including collectibles, and fashion. So many of you must already have access to this experience. Now let's take a moment to watch a quick video demonstration of how it works.
From your listings page, click the Create Listing button and select the new option in the dropdown called Multiple Listings from Photos. This takes you to our magical bulk listing tool, designed to make it faster and easier than ever to create detailed listings to get your items in front of eBay buyers faster. On this page, specify the number of photos you'll upload per listing. Now, just upload your photos and let the tool work its magic. On this Review Photos page, you have the option to add, delete, or drag and drop photos to rearrange them for each listing. Here, you'll see the output of the bulk listing tool organized as drafts. Title, category, and item specifics are pre-filled when there's a high confidence match. Sometimes you'll see easy-to-apply suggestions when you need to review and select the most accurate option. Start by adding descriptive titles for each item. When a title is suggested, As was the case with the first trading card item, you can review and add additional details to increase relevance for potential buyers. We were unable to provide suggestions solely based on these images of the purse. However, adding a descriptive title will make it much easier to complete the listing process. With the descriptive title added, the category and 12 item specifics were populated. On the jeans listing, the tool identified the category, pre-filled a few item details, and provided easy-to-apply hints. Each time you modify the title, the Magical Bulk tool will reassess and provide additional suggestions for your listing. Once you are satisfied with your title and your category is confirmed, scroll through the item specifics to review, edit, or add additional information as needed. We strongly recommend checking all listing details to ensure they're accurate before publishing. From here, you can use the bulk listing tool's bulk edit features to easily update listing details in bulk, such as pricing, item descriptions, and shipping and return policies.
That was easy, wasn't it? After you tried out the tool and get more familiar with how to use it, it becomes easier and faster to list. We save and pre-populate your shipping, returns, and handling time selections based on your most recent listing in that same category. We are seeing that repeat users are experiencing significant time savings when creating new listings in this tool. For those of you who haven't used the tool yet, I encourage each of you to try it out and share your valuable feedback with us by clicking on the feedback button on the right top-hand corner of the screen. Your insights are crucial to our continued improvement to make it easier to sell on eBay. I will be happy to talk through this in more detail and answer questions in the breakout session. Thank you for your time and happy selling. With that, I'll hand over to Dawn and Tracey for the seller interview.
That was an amazing update. Thank you so much. The time saving there, particularly heading into a busy season, is a wonderful asset. So I really appreciate the update. With this going on, I am just so excited. You know, throughout the year, I've had the pleasure of talking and meeting with so many sellers in person. And one of my highlights has been being able to personally tell one of our up and running grantees that they were selected. You know, today I'm excited to invite Tracey Glass of Treasures4u2000, another one of this year's up and running grantees who treasure hunts for some amazing things in her city. Tracey has been selling on eBay for a whopping 25 years. And selling on eBay started as a hobby, and her first sales were with money orders. As online transactions changed, so did Tracey. And as her kids grew up and began this, hobby turned into a business in 2023. So thank you so much for being here today, Tracey, and congrats on that up and running grant. I'm sure this time of year is incredibly busy for you, and we can't wait to hear more about your business.
Thank you very much, Dawn. The grant has been wonderful. It's been such a help.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Well, let's get started. I mean, we would love to hear how you got started. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, over the years, I've loved treasure hunting to the point where I've found some just incredible objects, one of which I went on the Antiques Roadshow with. And so that was quite a treat. That's kind of a bucket list item in my life. And so I've sold many of those objects on eBay. And I've enjoyed seeing them go to new homes and the purchasers be extremely pleased with them. And then last year, as you mentioned, my children are teenagers and more self-sufficient. So I started it as an actual business where I knocked out some shelving in the laundry room and really dedicated space to it. And it's gone really well. So I'm very pleased.
I love hearing that. Well, congrats again on the up and running grant. Why don't you maybe tell us what you plan to use the money on?
Well, additional shelving, definitely. Also, I have plastic wrap that is on the floor currently. It's a huge roll of plastic wrap, and I would love to put something on the wall to keep that up there so it's easier to wrap things. And then also this week, I actually used it to purchase new inventory, because the capital that it takes to purchase new items to sell, sometimes that there are items that I would not normally purchase because I don't have that kind of capital. But due to the grant, that allowed me to purchase a large lot of Native American jewelry from an auction. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, it's an amazing story. I love to hear both efficiency in the operation, bringing in new inventory. It just is wonderful to hear how individuals like yourself put that capital to use. And I so appreciate sometimes the things take on a life of their own. So those do sound like efficient ads. Well, one of the things I love to hear are sellers' sort of favorite stories. Do you have a favorite story of something you've sold in the past?
Oh, without a doubt, definitely. So one day I went to an estate sale. This was about a year or two ago, and there was a large amount of vintage stuffed animals, plushies or stuffies, and they didn't want much for them. And it appeared that they were even going to throw them out, and I couldn't let that happen. And so I got them all and I brought them home. And the comps weren't that great on them, but they were the kind of thing that they held nostalgic value. Like you looked at them and you just knew that they had a history. And so there were 3 little stuffed dogs, a pink one, a yellow one, and a blue one. And I put them in one lot, and they look like the kind of things that you would get from a carnival. Those little stuffed animals. So they actually sold. And so they went to their new home, and I didn't hear anything about it until I got the feedback. And the feedback touched me so much that I actually printed it out and put it on my monitor. So if I could read it to you. It says, "I was so lucky to find these. I like the pink and yellow ones, but the blue one holds nostalgia for me. When I was a teenager, my first love won me a blue dog like the one pictured from a crane machine in a bowling alley. That was 30 years ago. I unfortunately lost it, which broke my heart. I have been looking for an identical one for about 10 years, and my husband bought these for me. My first love got me the first one. My last love got me these. Thank you so much. Blessed be." And I know. Just the fact that we can touch people's lives like that, it's just incredible and just so heartwarming.
It is heartwarming, the connection that I hear consistently. I mean, that's a lovely story. And I hear it consistently across our seller community, where a product that you have found lands in the hands of someone who truly treasures it and loves it. So what an amazing story. Well, as we've been saying, the holidays are fast approaching. Do you have any tips for our seller community as they ready themselves for the hectic holiday season?
Bubble wrap.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
I have a tower of bubble wrap right as you come in the laundry room, and it's ready to go for all of the collectibles and antiques that I'm ready to ship out, so that everything arrives safely. So I would definitely say bubble wrap for packaging things safely.
It's a great idea. And I know you mentioned that you love to put just personal touches that differentiate your shipments. So I think that's an amazing idea. I know you're very thoughtful with your bubble wrap, making sure it arrives at its destination in good shape. Well, do you have any advice for our seller community here on the call?
The one thing I like to do is to make, when a purchaser purchases something, I like to make the experience when it arrives to their house an unboxing experience. I watch these videos with my daughter, and she watches other people unwrap their gifts. And so I imagine that when someone is purchasing something from me, they're going to have an experience. And so I use this special eBay tape. I love this because it makes every box an eBay box. And so the purchaser knows when they get it, this is what I purchased from eBay. And then I have a rule of 3. So I like 3 barriers between the customer and the item. one of the barriers has to be a waterproof protection, so that everything is protected, because the mail carrier will probably leave it on the step, and then it has to be protected. And then the other is just something that shows that you care, whether it be a layer of tissue paper, bubble wrap, something, and protection. So I like to do that for my customers.
It's a great suggestion, and thank you for taking us through that. A fantastic tip, particularly as we think about all the packages that will be going through the carrier services this holiday season. Well, I can't let you off the stage. Do you have any advice for us? We'd love to hear from our seller community about things that we can do better for you. Anything you would share with us?
No, I really like the product research tool.
Great. Okay.
That's been working really well for me. There's a little camera that you hit, and that's been really working well. I can search through the eBay and through past sales. I like that a lot. Of course, my packaging tape, which my husband makes fun of me. But, I love this packaging tape because, as I said, it makes every box an eBay box.
Love it.
Also, due to the grant, I went through a training, and I didn't know about off-site ads.
Okay.
And I hadn't used those previously. And I started utilizing those within the past week, and it's been extremely helpful. And so I would recommend that all sellers look into off-site ads.
Well, thank you so much. It's been so wonderful to spend a few minutes with you and talk about how you got started and what you're enjoying and really what's next. So Tracey, thank you so much for your time. And we know it's a hectic time, so really do appreciate it. Well, I think I'm going to hand it over to Rebecca now. Rebecca, what's next?
Hello, I am back. Tracey and Dawn, thank you so much for that. Tracey, what a great story. I love that. I love that with the tape, every box is an eBay box. I am going to remember that. But, you know, I was watching the chat and I was watching everyone tell what year they started or how long that they have been on eBay. So let's do a round of applause in the chat for everyone who's been on eBay longer than 20 years. Hit that emoji button. Let's do a round of applause for everyone who's been selling on eBay for more than 20 years. Yay, I'm going to do 2. Do you see the little facey thing? You click that. Yay. Congratulations to everyone who's been here for more than 20 years. Thank you for selling for so long. Those of you who follow our Instagram probably already know, but we have recently launched a 3-week sweepstakes with 9 chances to win a $200 eBay gift card. So throughout this month, we're going to be posting on our Instagram at eBay for Sellers, and we'll be selecting a winner from each post to receive that $200 gift card. All you have to do to enter is follow at eBay for Sellers on Instagram, like and comment on the sweepstakes posts, and you'll be entered. Pretty easy. Don't miss out on your chance to win. And then not only do we post updates there, we've got really great business advice, features on sellers, sometimes me making a dork out of myself. You don't want to miss that, and some fun activities. So be sure to turn on post notifications to stay in the loop. I want to thank all of you for coming out to this event. It is an incredibly busy time for you. It's busy for us here at eBay, but it's way busier for you. You're preparing your stores and inventory, you're fulfilling, you're shipping, you're just taking care of so much. Not only all of that, also your family and your friends and your homes and everything in your personal lives. So we know that you have given us some really special time here today. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it.